Women in the military, as you know, they are already in the minority, but women Marines make up an even smaller bunch. They are the toughest of the toughest, and one woman who enlisted is showing her strength in ways she never thought she would. And now she's sharing her inspirational message about what it means to be strong.
This is my retirement flag. It's a hard thing to accept because I wanted to be a Marine. I wanted to serve for a long time.
Holding back emotions, Annika Hutzler knows about chasing a dream.
The Marine Corps, it is known as the hardest boot camp. It is the most physically demanding. Honestly, I felt like I had something to prove. Female Marines all have something to prove, and we do. We prove to the world that we are the strongest, the toughest, the most strong-willed. Not saying that the other branches aren't. My last uniform cover.
This former ballet dancer wanted to serve to be part of something bigger and immediately fell in love with the camaraderie of the military. She enlisted right out of college in 2017.
During boot camp, I actually had some pain in my foot, but that's kind of be expected. I'm this 21-year-old girl who's never really done sports, done this kind of physical activity. All of a sudden, my foot starts to hurt. After about 9 months of being in pain, going to medical to try to figure out what was wrong, they did find a tumor in my right foot.
That's when Annika's dream of a career as a Marine pirouetted the other direction.
After about 14 months of surgeries, of procedures, which ultimately led to infections and being in and out of the hospital, chronic nerve pain, being in pain in general, I electively decided to amputate my leg below the knee on April 2nd, 2019.
What happened to where did your foot go?
Holy what happened to my leg? She had to reimagine her entire life, figure out the most normal tasks around the house, and learn how to drive with her left foot.
You're perfectly capable of driving. If I take this pin here, I can actually untwist it and trade out different feet for different activities.
But the most painful of all was nothing physical.
That's the hardest part, knowing that this was my dream. Now that dream's getting taken away from me.
Despite a forced retirement, her military family was still there to help through the Semper Fi America Fund, which helped Annika get reacclimated to her new life.
Yeah, I was having a really rough time, and I called my case manager just to cry to her. And that's the kind of support that you need sometimes. You don't need physical things all the time. Sometimes you just need somebody who's going to listen.
She turned to adaptive sports as therapy, an outlet to show her strength, earning multiple medals in the Warrior Games the same year of her amputation.
I was competing in wheelchair track, wheelchair rugby, swimming, and archery. But this is my race suit. I have it tailored. My amputated side isn't too cold.
And now she's a fierce skier and hopes to compete in the 2026 Paralympics in alpine skiing.
I just want to make a difference in this community. I want people to know that asking for help does not mean you're weak. It means you're strong enough to realize that there's a problem and other people are willing to help you through it. Sometimes plan A doesn't work out, maybe even plan B doesn't work out, but you'll figure it out.
And Annika is a shining example of how you can have a plan A, and then, of course, life changes its course altogether, but you could still strive and succeed, and she is hoping to make a difference to show how women and those with a disability are just as capable as anyone else. And, of course, we want to know about everyday heroes in your community who are an inspiration as well. You can send us an email at livingconnected@fox.com.